Metro don't trust you.
Roll the window down, stick the Glock out. This chopper got an amp.
So this week, I am very excited to introduce our guest. I've known her for some years now. She's a designer, she's a sneakerhead, she's a fashionista. It's Miss Jenni Riccetti.
Hello, hello.
Thank you for being here with us today.
I'm super excited. I'm ready to geek out over some ones.
I'm sure
we have them all over.
Yeah, as everyone's noticed, we have quite the collection, but we'll get into that in just a second. I do want to get into a little bit of our background. I've known Jenni for about 4 years now. We used to work together at a sweatshop in San Francisco.
Yeah, long story short, it was a sweatshop.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
But it was, we were young, we wanted to work in the fashion industry, and it was technically the perfect setting.
Yeah, doors are open.
Yeah. So why don't you give us a little bit of background? What have you been up to? I know you were on Project Runway, right?
Yeah. In 2016, I was on season 15 of Project Runway, and that was like a crazy whirlwind.
Yeah.
I feel like it came and went so quick, and I was the youngest competitor at the time. I was 22.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was the youngest competitor, and I actually made it the longest for being that age in like the history of Project Runway.
Yeah.
Because usually the young ones get like knocked out the first like 3 episodes, but I lasted to like episode 10. And it was just kind of crazy, and I was really happy. Like I got to rep the Bay. Like not too many people who are on the show are from SF or the Bay Area, and I was glad. Like I got a couple other contestants from that season also.
Yeah.
From here, so it kind of felt like a little home, and I was able to find like a community within Project Runway, but competition is rough.
You did touch on the fact that you are from the Bay Area, so you can give us a little bit of your background, like where you're from, or like a little bit of background on you and your brand and how you got started.
Yeah, so I'm born here in San Francisco, and I spent my whole life here. I've never lived elsewhere, which is kind of crazy. And so I really wanted to create something that was true to the Bay Area and true to San Francisco and where I was raised, and kind of an homage to my family. I'm from Italian descent, and my grandfather came here to San Francisco specifically. Lord knows how he found out about this. He's from like the smallest town in the South. But he was actually a tailor.
Oh, okay. So it's like in your family a little bit.
So it's kind of in the blood, even though I'm the only one still currently practicing the trade. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know. I've always known I kind of wanted to do it since I was at a young age. And I started sewing when I was 7. And really it was just like a push. I would always think like, what should I do? Or like, I could do this, I could do that, but do I really want to?
Yeah.
And fashion was kind of the only thing that was very repetitive.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I stuck to it.
And so, I mean, since it's been something that's like been consistent in your whole life, where do you draw your inspiration from? Like, what would you say? Like, who are your clothes made for? Like, who is the Riccetti clothing girl? Who is she? Where is she shopping? What is she doing? Where is she going?
I honestly, I don't know where my Riccetti customer is going, but I say my number one explanation is someone who wants to be comfortable, but also wants something that's unique enough to where they're not just wearing a regular pair of sweats. Okay. So like, I'll use comfortable and familiar fabrics, but I'll try to create them in different silhouettes and shapes. Like I've seen, a couple of my customers go to the club wearing like a version of my sweatpant.
A fun fact.
Yeah.
I wore her top last episode. So if y'all want to go back to last week.
Go check it out.
And go look. Or not last week, but a couple weeks ago. And go look. I didn't have the chest to fill out the shirt, but it was her shirt.
It was cute, though.
Yeah, it was,
little camo pants.
It looks better when I stood up, I promise.
But yeah, I mean, it's just stuff like that where, my customer is filming Sneaks and Geeks and...
or watching you.
Right. And I just want whoever I'm making my clothes for to feel comfortable, and my main goal is to have whether male or female just to feel comfortable and sexy and confident. And I feel like my clothes might not be for everyone. It has some exposure, it does have some body showing, not on every single piece, but for the most part, and it does take a specific person to want to rock that. And I've had people of all shapes and sizes rock it. It's every time I see someone, it makes me like super happy. And I think that's really the most satisfying and gratifying part of being a designer is not like me wearing my stuff. It's seeing how other people style it and like, oh wow, like I made that, but I would have never thought to put it with those shoes.
Yeah,
or,
like seeing the different ways somebody would incorporate it into their own personality and into their own clothes.
Yeah.
I do want to point out, sorry, I got sidetracked, that she made this shirt before she got here.
Yeah.
So she finished, she was like, I don't have a top to wear, so I'm just going to make one. And
I'm really bad at doing laundry on time, so I was like, the
oh my
outfit
God,
I wanted to wear is not
I
ready.
didn't do laundry, let me just make it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun little project.
Clearly, you've been up to a lot of things. What would you say, or what have you been up to? What are your pivotal moments for 2018?
Yeah, so 2018 has been an interesting year. I do have my own clothing brand, Riccetti Clothing, and I also worked in the beginning of the year for a different company designing licensed clothing.
Okay.
For brands like Target, Walmart. We would focus on like men's and children pajamas and like boxer briefs, which was a cool experience for me. It gave me like a really good insight on how it works with other brands in terms of like if I wanted to put, Spider-Man on a t-shirt, how legally I could do that. So I learned a whole bunch with licensing through that company. But it was getting really hard to manage both. And as Riccetti is growing, I had to like lessen my other gigs. And I always say like whatever side gig I have going on, I try to have it correlate with the clothing brand. So that kind of helped elevate it because I jumped from not being able to sustain both jobs due to my time. This year I got my first employee. I was able to have my first intern. I got my first wholesale accounts, so working with like Dolls Kill. Yeah. They're my biggest wholesale account, and then I have an opportunity. I'm going to be going to London in February to do a trade show, and those are all opportunities that came to me this year. And it's kind of like you never really ask or look for things, and I feel like you just project kind of what you're needing, and you just work towards that goal. So it's kind of cool to see the process just like
work itself out, align you to where you're
just
supposed to be going.
Just like takes over a little, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. But that is, so you do have you said your first intern and first employee, so all the clothes are made by you. So like if I go on Dolls Kill, whatever like piece I'm purchasing, that's made by Jenni, right?
Yeah. Everything's made in-house, yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yes, girl. This is why I need to like cut out all the side stuff.
Yeah, but, gotta focus on the brand.
Yes, that's why it's nice coming here. I get to take a little break.
Right? You have to focus on the other things, on making the brand instead of the clothes. So what would you say, what would be like your piece of advice for anybody who's like starting their clothing line or starting a brand?
This is always like a really hard question for me to answer in terms of like, I have a lot of young designers as myself, in the industry. I'm very young breaking through, and it's always a trial and error. And I always tell everyone who is trying to break into the brand or who has a small brand to literally just, keep creating content, make those connections, because at the end of the day, it's about the people that interact with you and building a customer base. So if you can really solidify your look, your brand, and who you want to sell to, everything else kind of comes into place if you know kind of where to look. Yeah. And in terms of people always ask me like, well, how do I start manufacturing and how do I start sewing? And that is a completely different path for everyone. Like the way I did it, I would advise it for people who do know how to sew, because it cuts out the middleman, and that saves so much more money. Or even if you are using manufacturer, you can sew your first sample, which also cuts down some cost. But if you don't, my next like go-to suggestion is just find someone who can do that for you and partner with them. Because if you opt to go to a big factory or a manufacturer when you barely have a vision, then you're wasting your money and everybody's time. If you haven't gotten the gist of it already, this is clearly homage to the Jordan 1 episode. If you can't see around us, they're everywhere. It's raining Jordans.
Yeah, it is. I mean, honestly, if it should be raining anything, it should be raining Jordans. Specifically, this is my favorite Jordan. For you, I know. How many pairs of shoes do you have? I'm like, because
I have a wall full. I think right now my current collection is maybe at 50 sneakers.
50 sneakers? Okay.
Yeah, and I don't have any, like, I have like maybe 1 or 2 pair of heels. And that's it.
Really? You only have 2 pair of heels? That's crazy. I'm a 50-50 split between heels and sneakers. So what are your top 3 favorite shoes? Current rotation or all-time favorites, whichever one's you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is always the hardest question. So, well, my current rotation for sure, my Jordan 1s right there, my UNCs.
Okay.
And then I recently got in September the Balenciaga Triple S's.
I will say we talked about that. Like, we touched on that last episode. It is a chunky shoe for the select few that can wear it, but
It is really chunky.
Like, I do enjoy it. And
Well,
you have the black ones, right?
I'm lucky though because my feet are really tiny.
You are lucky because
Yeah.
us big feet over here, we can't wear those.
You can.
Well, no. 'Cause I'm skinny and big-footed. If you're like thick and big-footed, you can wear some chunky shoes. If you're skinny and big-footed, it just
You
looks
gotta
like
just do the baggy pants.
yeah, you do. No,
Yeah.
you really do.
You
All
got it.
my like shoes that look bigger, I have to wear them with baggy pants, or else like it's a no-go.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree. I mean, I've definitely seen some outfits with the Balenciagas and I've cringed, but for the most part, I love them. So I'll say the UNCs, my Balenciagas, and then I really have a hard time with like the third pairing
For your current rotation.
for my current rotation because I go through phases throughout the week. But this week I wore my 97 Skeptas, the
Okay.
original release.
Yeah,
So those are pretty dope.
they are.
So I think those are my top 3 right now, but I don't know, next week or tomorrow.
It could be something different. There could be a new draft. You don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, all time, for sure, the Jordan ones again. I mean, the original colorway in the bread colorway is like such a classic.
It is. No, it really. We were just talking about this before. I'm like, this is my favorite silhouette from Nike ever, and it's just because it's just classic. It looks good. It's clean.
So clean.
Yes.
Crisp. And then I would have to throw in the Chuck Taylor.
Really?
Yeah, because not necessarily for like hype or like the cool factor.
Yeah.
But I got to throw it in there for like the history of a sneaker.
Well, it's like the first real sneaker, right?
Well, that and then the Adidas Shell Toe was like, with Run DMC and like that whole thing. It really fucking took off with the whole, when they were talking about wearing their Adidas and everyone was trying to get on that. And that really like started changing how people saw shoes,
They weren't just like what you put on your feet for protection. It started to become more of a statement.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say those 3 sneakers off the tops just in terms of history.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, I have a pair of Shell Toes, but like, I don't even touch them. Like,
You can all see, we'll take a walk through. We have the LG Shadows over here. These are my I just got a new pair and I love them. They're my favorite shoes right now. Again, per usual. I actually had them in high school and somebody stole them from me out of my locker.
no.
And I bought them from somebody at school. So I was like, did you just steal them back? I don't know.
For real, getting their money back.
And I'll let you take over. Half of these shoes are actually Jenni's shoes. So I'll let you take over.
It came with some craziness.
She came prepared. She came strapped for Sneaks and Geeks.
Yeah. Well, so on the table I have my Jordan 1 UNCs.
My
this
personal
color,
favorite.
Oh my god, they're so good. I'm real mad though because when Off-White did the collab, the original colorway was the Chicago's.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to get my hands on them.
I remember I went to, was it The Real had a pop-up in Union Square in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
And they were reselling for $4,000.
Stop.
It was right after they released them.
Oh,
and
my
like
God.
nobody could get them.
That's ridiculous.
And I was like, this is rude. Like, why would I wouldn't
No.
even spend $4,000? I mean, I would. If I
Maybe,
had it. I'm like, if it was
I'm
like nothing, then I would spend $4,000 at least. But no, I remember they were reselling for $4,000. I was like, that was like right after. I'm sure you could get them for like a cool $1,000.
No, for sure.
Now.
And I mean, that colorway, when they came out with the UNC colorway, it was a classic, like homage to Michael Jordan's college and all that stuff. But I was able to get them at a surprise drop on the SNEAKS app.
On the sneakers app never worked for me.
It fucking fails.
It's just a lie.
It happened for me with these, which is crazy.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'm like aside from her.
Right. I'm here
Others.
living and breathing. So I was at work working at my licensing job and I got a text message like from my boyfriend and he was like, go on SNEAKS app right now, like right now. And I like dropped what I was doing and I started like shaking my head. I was like, oh my God, like I gotta do it. And I was like fumbling my phone and it fucking happened, dude. Like,
oh my God.
Retail, everything. So I was really glad to get those. And they just happened to release in my size because my feet are so tiny. But yeah, so those are the UNCs. Over here, I probably haven't taken the best care of these because I wear them a lot, or I used to.
They can't see. They look great.
Right. They're fresh. Got that Jason Marks wipe.
No, honestly, the best shoe cleaner for everybody.
Oh, so good. But these are also another, another add to my collection. They're the top 3s. So it's the top 3 colorway of the Jordans. Got the Royals, the Breads, and the Chicago in one, which is crazy. These are actually like a recent release.
I saw those on the SNEAKS app.
I don't know even why I bought these.
I wasn't going to say anything. I remember like I saw them and I was like, those are cool. Like I didn't feel like I needed them. It's definitely like a cool, like if you're like a shoe collector.
I definitely didn't need them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like nice to have. As long as you didn't go like above retail for them, then it's not like a bad.
They weren't
buy.
even that popular. They released, and I was able to get them without like rushing or
hard.
like hyperventilating. Yeah. But they did release these and like a couple other ones. I know they came out with the Vogue version, but like after I got these overall though, I mean, I could wear them without feeling too bad about getting them dirty. Yeah. So I'm glad I got these in terms of like as a beater.
Yeah.
And then these are cool. I mean, it's like the bread colorway.
Yeah.
In the fly knit, which is cool. It takes a lot of the weight.
Yeah. Off
the shoe. Very flexible, and I love how breathable these are. Yeah. I actually wear these a lot too. But these are kind of just like I got them just to get them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good shoe just to get.
I mean, a lot of these shoes I got them just to get them. I would say the Jordan 1 is in my shoe collection is the most style I have in the colorways. These are the ones that came out prior to. Yeah. And then I have them, of course, in the Chicago colorway.
Best color. I mean, I'll agree with that. It's the best colorway.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, either this or like all white is pretty dope too.
Yeah, definitely all white.
And I actually do have a pair of all white ones, but a tragic thing happened to them.
Somebody stepped on them.
No, it was 2:00 in the morning, and I was walking to a taqueria in the Mission, and a fucking bird shit on them out of nowhere.
That's good luck, though.
Nah.
I mean, it's not good luck.
The fuck out of my shoe, girl.
I wouldn't feel lucky if it happened, but, like, to make you feel better is good luck. Yes. But, like, it feels like an unlucky
maybe that's
situation.
why I got my UNCs.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to replace them.
There we go.
Honorary mention, of course, in honor of all the ones that we have here today. The Fear of God ones are rumored to release December 15th. We don't know if it's for sure yet. He's talking about it. I hope so. Are you going to get a pair?
I don't know. I mean, I might try my luck, but I think that one I might just do for resale.
It's
a smart idea.
It is a smart idea. Anything Fear of God is good for. I actually really liked the Fear of God bands.
Oh, me too.
I didn't get any, but I wanted some. Those are ones that I would still, if I came across them, I would get them.
Oh, for sure.
And as another honorary mention, Rox Brown did her collab with the Jordan. She did her take on the Jordan 1. It's all black sneaker, has a rose on the back. If you don't know who Rox Brown is, you need to find out. She's a stylist at B-Files, right?
Yeah, she's dope.
She's a real dope chick. And then there's also the Spider-Man ones that come out on the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. By the time you've seen it, it's already come out.
They have like a texture.
Yeah.
It's almost like an ostrich.
That's what it looked like. I couldn't tell if it was like perforated or ostrich.
Yeah, I think they were riffing off of like little spidey senses. Like
you're climbing the brick wall. Right? Your little was not tentacles. I don't know.
Like I feel like it has sound effects like.
I always did feel like I felt like when he was climbing up the wall, like it was like nasty little like.
Right.
My hands probably look crazy as fuck. I'm like,
well, I will not be copping those. Not that I'm like hating, but it's just like I don't need them.
Yeah, I'm not like a comic book stan like person. I can appreciate it, but I'm not a stan, so I don't think I'll be getting those.
Yeah.
Today. All right, now that we've come to the end of our sneakers segment, we do have to ask. Of course, we know that you love the Jordan 1s, but we'll ask down to the Fear of God ones. Would you hump or dump?
Oh my God, I get to do hump or dump.
Are you humping or are you dumping the Fear of God ones?
It's a hard one because I want to hump it for like what the brand is, and I love Fear of God.
Like the principle.
The principle, I want to hump it so bad, but I think it might be a dump for me.
I think it's a dump for me too. And it's not like it's all
nothing against Jerry.
Yeah, we love you.
We love Jerry.
I'm humping the Fear of God bands. I'm dumping the Fear of God ones. So.
Yeah.
There's that.
I know, it's a sad day. We just dumped something.
I know. I low-key dump things a lot.
I was kind of excited. I was hoping, like, when I came here, we would do hump or dump, and that I would get to dump something.
There you go. You get to dump something. And then now you know, are you here? Are you humping Jordan 1s in general?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
She humped
now I get to hump. Made my night.
There you go.
3 bad bitches fucking on me. Top floor at my pit.
I am ready. Hold on, I'm adding your thingy to my thingy. Adding your story to my story. That had no context whatsoever. I'm adding your thingy to my thingy. Did you see it? All right, well, in honor, as per usual, instead of the game segment today, you're gonna start over?
She's about to fuck me up.
Okay, ready. We'll start over.
No more giggles.
You could giggle. I just wasn't prepared for it. Okay.
Only fly my day with the shits. All bad hoes need discipline.